Thank you for coming, ladies and gentlemen. You are all about to witness the dawning of a new age. The power of a sun is now ours. Wait, a minor hiccup. Nothing to be alarmed about. What? Get out of here, you maniac!
Oh, man.
Hey there, Spider-Man. Looking sharp as always. All right, listen up, Fancy Pants. Let's run through the basics just in case you're not that bright. No offense. Now it's time to test your swinging skills. See this web thingy? Easy as toast. Oh, that was great. Yeah, delightful. Nice move. You see that arrow-shaped arrow over your head? Yeah, the arrow? Yeah, that one. There, the arrow. Right. It points you where you need to go. Pretty helpful, huh? Swing! Okay, Swingy. Time to get down from there. Just right-click to drop. You're a wall crawler, right? All right, so let's crawl up some walls. Right-click to jump onto the wall, then use your direction keys to crawl. Make your way up to the checkpoint. It's that weird-looking doodad there. I'm not going anywhere, don't freak out. Delightful. Now let's practice zipping. Aim for that sign over there and zip across to the checkpoint. How hard can it be, right? Go ahead. Come on, fascinate me. Your mother and I are very proud. Now, let's try your double jump. Just click your right mouse button twice and double jump up to that next checkpoint. Come on, hop to it. How about zipping over there to the checkpoint in the danger zone? Adventure awaits. In a loose sense. Remember your spider sense? It's like your own personal alarm system. When it starts going nuts, you better take evasive action by hitting the right mouse. Jump! Easy as to attack. Get close, then left click. Poo-poo! Okay, here comes the welcome wagon. Let's see you pummel 'em senseless. It'll be cool and funny.
It's go time!
If you want to jump kick, just right-click when you're close to your prospective kick key. You, the kicker, are not too shabby, Spidey. You know how to swing, zip, crawl, and fight. Group hug. Next up, something else.
This looks promising. Maybe I better.
Welcome to Spider-Man 2 for the PC, which is very different from the console versions. For one thing, the enemies all have ray guns, and they disintegrate into bursts of video game when they die, as opposed to leaving bodies behind. We can also only swing at certain points, those webs you see floating in the air, though we can zip onto any solid surface, like so.
This is pretty fast for a family van. What kind of mileage you get?
So yeah, the free movement web swinging, it's gone. But I think being able to zip onto any solid surface kind of makes up for that.
The city prison. Help! Tear gas in Tower 1! Send backup, it's a breakout!
You might notice that this game looks a lot more video gamey than the Spider-Man 2 for consoles. In case the ray guns didn't tip you off already, there are health pickups lying all over the place. We only have the one attack button, and spamming it usually gets rid of most enemies. But in case they start blocking, we can use our jump kick to circumvent that. This game is also full of glitches. For example, I'm pretty sure these convicts are not supposed to run away from you, but they're doing that. And the cops aren't supposed to come over here until they leave the area. And you're not supposed to see them come over here, because when they do, they pop out of existence. I'm going to try to make sure we see as little glitches as possible of this game, because I want it to look as good as it can, but that's not saying a whole lot, really. Anyway, our jump attack is also our area attack. It can hit up to 4 enemies at a time, it seems like. We can stun enemies by hitting them with web or pull their guns away, but stunning them works much better. I'm not sure why you would bother to disarm them.
Starting to get restless.
All of the combat really boils down to this. It helps that there are occasionally guys up in high places sniping at you, like this fellow over here. And being able to zip onto any surface is still a considerable amount of freedom of movement.
Sounds like trouble.
All of the bosses have little tutorials before you begin fighting them, so it's kind of impossible to lose. I mean, maybe you could just design your bosses so they don't need tutorials before fighting them, or just assume that the player isn't an idiot. Either will do. I feel like his telegraphing is good enough that I probably could have figured out how to do that within the first 3 seconds of the fight anyway.
Almost in range. Engage the containment grid now! You are being detained by the New York State Department of Corrections. Please do not move.
Uh-oh. I better hurry.
You might have just seen a whole bunch of convicts running away behind Spidey, and that's actually important. We'll get to that later. Anyway, swinging to your destination is slightly faster than running, but if you want to run, you totally can. It's not that much slower. In case that big tutorial pop-up was too subtle for you, the cops also shout at you to make Rhino run into the walls. This game does feature a lot of Spider-Man villains that some of the other games don't. At least not very much. Like the Rhino's in here, and another villain that I don't think anybody actually remembers. We can't stun Rhino with our web, but we do get a weird animation of him looking angry when we use it. I also like this design of Rhino a lot. It actually looks pretty cool by me. You might notice that they got Toby to voice Spider-Man for this, which seems really weird. And also Bruce Campbell. Normally I would leave the villain dialogue and quips in when the boss fight's happening, but they don't even say anything remotely funny or Spider-Man-like during this fight. He just keeps saying he's gonna hit us over and over.
Heads up! Incoming!
Containment failing! The grid is down!
Can't we all just get along? Gotta put these fires out. I'll catch up with you, Ock.
Even though the intro of the game started with Doc Ock getting zapped by his portable son, for some reason now he's already a villain. I guess we're like 40 minutes into the movie, between that first cutscene and the actual gameplay starting. This game isn't much for story, which is unfortunate because I really like the story in most Spider-Man games. When we hit enough enemies we get adrenaline, which means we can do a one-hit punch to most enemies. Or all enemies. I don't know why I said most. So this game is comprised of several missions, and we get score, but I doubt anybody ever cared about that. It was claimed that this game is not open world, but that is incorrect, and I will show you why it is incorrect next video. Because there are open world aspects to this game, almost as many as the console versions. It's just, the quality of the open world aspects varies greatly. I do like all the signs, though. I have fun reading those. Aw man, we must complete more missions to unlock this area of the city. Not that we'll ever come back here, but still. I'll see you guys next time.